Hanjo. How you doing, everybody? Happy day of the week. Fill in the blank, would you? Oh yeah, funny leaving work today. Yeah, my coworker. I got somebody. One of my coworkers works Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so my other coworker was like trying to say, "Well, see ya." He said, "I'll see you Monday." I'm like, "It's Monday." I mean, see you Tuesday. I'm like, no, it is Monday right now. Okay, see you next week. No, we'll see you Friday. Okay, and then we're talking about the plan for tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, that way we can do blah 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 on Friday, and by which he meant Wednesday. So, what kind of week are you having? So, yeah, well, food production job. Sometimes you get lost in the minutia. Sometimes it's like every day feels like every day. Every day it just might as well be any day of the week, really. Depending on what you're doing. Oh, a little unspent fuel coming through in the so I had just come down this road and banged a Yui, so I wonder if I'm passing through my own spent fuel vapors. That's, it's not a bad smell. The smell of like a, your motorcycle or whatever. I mean, not everybody likes it, but is it a smell by association? Is that why I enjoy the smell? Is that why I always had a fondness for the smell of a basketball gym? You know what I mean? Some of you guys that played a lot of sports or whatever, by guys I mean any gender I'm talking about. Yeah, just the smell of a locker room. Well, I like the smell of a gym. Let's put it that way, like a basketball gym. And even when the floor has been freshly polyurethaned, you're playing and you're like, you can just feel it in your guts. You're like, ah. But the association with basketball. So even the locker room, when you're in the locker room and you smell that, the locker room smell, there's something in my psyche that knows, I'm about to get down with some competition. Like there's a game very shortly on my horizon. So when I smell that smell, I get excited. There's that anticipation. The pupils dilate a little bit. Palms get sweaty. Get a few butterflies in the guts, and like we're getting ready because it's game time. And once you're playing, you got nothing to worry about because you're playing. You're busy. And then after the game, whether you win or lose, I have competed. I'll talk for myself. I usually tried to give 100%, so even if I lost, I felt good about at least I was on the court. At least I was out there banging bodies. And buddy. So I don't know, but yeah, that spent fuel smell as well. It's like I smell that. I know somebody with some sort of a maybe doesn't have a muffler or a, it's probably somebody driving or riding something that they're having fun, either driving or riding. Except for when I used to have an old Toyota Camry, and that thing, the exhaust broke just behind the flex pipe, and so it was like being in the engine compartment of a Memphis Belle, B-17. It was so loud that my head literally vibrated, and I felt it was hard to think. And the fuel smell in the car was not pleasant. You're driving small doses and with the windows all open, and till that got fixed, and that was a little longer than maybe it could have, woulda, shoulda, could have been. I was actually working at a school at that point. I was working at Attleboro High School in Massachusetts, and Attleboro High School had a really, really, really good CTE program. Well, I think that's like career technical blah blah blah. And so we're talking about, they had wood shop, they had plumbing, like legit, they had electrical for real, they had automotive, auto repair, and they had like health and beauty sort of things, and a nursing program as well. And man, I will tell you what, I would have loved to have that. And like when you go to, or I don't know how it is now, but when you went to Attleboro High School, you had to try the different ones. You know, you had a rotation. So you did like, I can't remember if it was like 2 weeks or whatever at each thing. So you hit almost all of them by the time you were done with sophomore year. So you knew what, you know, if you were interested in something like that, you had a leg up, because then you could just pour all your efforts into that. And I'll tell you, you know, if you went through, you know, the plumbing or the electrical, if you really got down into it, and you could roll into a career coming out of something like that, or you could, you know, you could land an apprenticeship or something right out of the gate, because I'm telling you, the programs were really, really good. And but yeah, the automotive one, yeah, short story long as usual. I asked the teacher, Mr. K, I can't remember what his last name was, but I was like, hey, what about you guys want to fix my car? And so for the price of parts, the students in his auto program repaired my car, no labor whatsoever, and they did a great job. And I got to hang out down there a little bit, and he put the smoke machine into my exhaust pipe, and here's your 40,000 exhaust leaks. And it looked like Cheech and Chong was hiding out under my car. But you know, I'm telling you, you're blessed if you got programs like that in your local school. Oh yeah, let me add this though, but you could, people from the nearby area, you could pop in to the guest entrance, and you could arrange to have your car worked on, you know, even if you were just, you know, somebody from the town. And they put you on the schedule. You drop your car off, and under under the expertise of Mr. K and Mr. V, students and the professors would repair your car. And I'm pretty sure it was just for townspeople. I think it was just for the cost of the parts as well. And man, I'll tell you what, that's the kind of thing you ought to look for if you're in a busy area, you know, like I am, or you know, if you got like a technical school nearby, or a high school with a great CTE program like Attleboro High School had. And it's worth looking into that stuff. I mean, listen, I know it was a 99 Camry. They had almost 200,000 miles on it, but I would have brought my my modern car in there. You know, if I was still working there, I would have brought it in. Sure, why not? Absolutely. And you know, you're not only are you getting your vehicle repaired at a more than reasonable rate, you are also affording the kids of the town the experience of working on your vehicle. And you know, when you try to get a job, you've heard this old adage, you know, like, how am I supposed to, everybody wants to hire you, you don't have any experience, how can I take you? You don't have experience. Like, how am I supposed to get experience if no one will take me? Here's a way. All right, you know, if you got kids at home and you got a high school or a technical school nearby that offer programs that you or your kid or relative or, you know, neighbor's kid is interested in, then push them in that direction. Because I'll tell you what, those kids that came out of those electrical, plumbing, auto, nursing, you know, health, beauty, all that stuff, those kids left high school with experience, you know, and that's a major leg up. We fall into this trap, which is probably fed to us by the people making the money on us, but you have to get the greatest grades possible and play all the sports, do all the after school things. You have to go straight to college, do 4 years, and then maybe get into postgraduate, you know, this and that. You could stay over there, please. And but listen, if you are really, if electricity excites you, and you know, and wiring up a house, or making things work excites you, and you feel like, yeah, I could see myself doing this. I don't want to work for anybody else, or I want to work with my hands. I'm tired of reading. You're gonna have to read if you're an electrician, though, believe me. But when you're reading stuff you want to read, what a difference. But if you know that, if you see your kid is very interested and they're 10, 11 years old, you might consider giving them a gentle push in that direction. And you may end up with a kid who leaves high school with experience, gets a job, and can actually retire when their knees still work, when their shoulder still works, and maybe they could start a second career or a voluntary career, something, maybe you could they could have an opportunity that like I didn't take, or maybe you didn't have either, so yeah, anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. It's another idea. So I got 3 kids. They're young right now. If one of them expressed a real interest and showed some talent in a trade, listen, I got no problem. Forget college. Who cares? If you already know what you want to do, and you got even an inkling of talent at it, go for it, man. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not falling into that. My college will send me a request for money. I just kind of laugh at them. I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. They cut the English program. They cut drama, which was very impressive at the college. They cut everything. They cut everything there. No, I'm not giving you any more. You got my tuition. That's it. Not getting another cent. I'll send my kid to technical school, if they really want to go. So anyway, that's it. Matthew Greeter. I care about you, and I will slow down near this officer. Hey, you know what? If your kid's really good at plumbing, and you guys get along, hey, maybe you got someone who's gonna fix your plumbing issues. just call up your kid on the phone and say, hey, come over here, help your old man out, would you? I got a little leak. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.